Today we're standing inside the Crossbay Clipper wheelhouse, and what we're doing today is we're going to run you through everything that's up here on the dash and below. Prior to that, alright, just before we get started, I just want to bring to your attention on the Fire on Empress, the HRU system is on the port side. On the Crossbay Clipper, it's actually on the starboard side, just out the door here. Alright, and we will send a separate video how to deploy that and what that means in an abandoned ship type of scenarios. Okay. Today's purposes, we are focusing on fire and bilge. You will notice though, there's a lot of equipment up here. All right, GPS system up here, radar system over here. We do have a tablet. This is new to the boat. All right, this is where you're going to record all of your log information for trips, for fuel logs, for radio checks. All right, all that kind of information will go in here and then get uploaded so that we can see that back at operations. Down below, here are all your breakers. All right, so obviously once the batteries are turned on, we click all those on. All right, and up on this boat as well, we only have 2 engines. So for instance, this is your port throttle, your starboard throttle, your port gear forward, your starboard gear forward and reverse. Right? Neutral's standing straight up. The reason why this is important is because the fire station's on the port side. So with that, if you want to engage that fire pump, basically you're going to flip that switch, hit that toggle, hit that button. Once that happens, the water will start getting pulled from the bay into the system, and it'll get locked right behind the fire hose. So we'll go through that in a moment. On the port side, that's going to be your bilge system. There is no toggle up here. We don't have a switch up here. It's actually below and forward of the engine. We'll show that to you when we get downstairs. Same thing with our emergency controls here. All right, flip, toggle up, throttles here, forward, reverse. All right, and if you ever have to run it that way, you can certainly use the backups to do that. All right, so that is, in a nutshell, the wheelhouse of the Crossbay Clipper. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to close this door. We're going to take a walk back to the fire stations. All right, because it's not that big. So we're going to do this all in one. All right, so as we walk by, all right, we're going to wind up down here. Come on over. The fire station up top, it's not on top like it is on the Empress. It's actually behind here. So in a rush, sounds familiar, to take a look at it. All right, we don't have turn knobs. What we do is we have we have handles. Right now it's at 90 degrees, so it is not in line, so it's not open. So if we did hit that fire pump, it would stop right there. Make sure that this hose is all the way out before you go engage that. If we do that inside, the hose will fill up and we'll never get that hose out of there. So make sure the hose is completely extended before you hit that switch over to inline and open. Okay, so close that up and let's go downstairs. All right, careful on the stairs. Now we talked about the fire station up above. Well, directly below it makes sense. All right, we'll go to the fire station. Okay, so here's the fire station. You can see this a little bit better. All right, again, it's not in line, so if any water came in, it would stop right there. Get that hose out there before you engage it. There's also the CO2 pull. All right, so this is right here. You pull the pin. I don't know if you can see this. All right, this is for if there's an engine room fire and it's uncontrollable, and the captain makes a decision that that's it. We have to stop the fire. So you got to make sure the engine room door is closed. Pull that and pull that pin. Do not do that without the permission of the captain. Okay. One other thing, I want to bring you back over. All right, fuel shutoffs. All right, there are only 2. All right, there's 2 engines, 2 fuel shutoffs. In the event we have to shut it down, all right, there's your port, there's your starboard. You just pull those straight up and away we go. All right, and I'll shut off the engines. All right, so now let's just take a walk around. Go down to the engine room and show you how everything is all set up. One of the neat features is if we had to run the fire station instead of being up in the wheelhouse, you could actually go, I don't know if you can see that right there, there's a fire pump right there. You hit that switch, hit that toggle, and the port engine will begin that fire pump. I'm going to start up here. on the left hand side as you come through the doorway, we have the engine room lights, so we're going to turn that on. We have the breaker box. Down here we do have the fire pump that we can run off of the port engine. We just open that up, flick it up, run the toggle there, and next thing you know, the port engine's used for fire. Okay, so let me go down, show you. We head down the stairs. In this engine room, back on the port side, aft of the engine there, those are your batteries. And then here's your port engine, which obviously is going to be for fire. And then as we come over to the starboard side, all right, in front of forward of the starboard engine is your manifolds. All right, now obviously inline is open, as you can see right there. Nothing is open. If we set it up and nothing is pumping out, that's because that toggle box up top, the gray one up there, you just have to flip that switch and then the manifold will run as long as the engine room is operational. All right, and then if we come back here, this is a unique setup you just have to be aware of. All right, you can play around with it, but basically if you look down through here, we have a couple of things in there. Right now, what is closed is the C-section, all right, and that's because everything in this room is designed to pump out this particular engine right here. So what we're able to do is pump out this room and close up the C-section, which is C-section is right here, and then the actual room valve, the engine room valve, is actually closed. So if you turn those two opposite, all right, in line for the engine room, and then close off the C-section, and then open up the overboard discharge right there, this actually will allow for the port engine right here to go ahead and pump out this room. And then what we can do is take the manifold over there and pump out, say, the compartment number 5, which is going to be your steering. So you can pump out 2 rooms on this boat, which is kind of unique. All right, hope that helps. Thanks.